Okay, hi everybody, and welcome to this week's Menopause Matters Live. And today I'm going to try and keep this one short. I'm going to be talking about whether estrogen deficiency is inevitable post menopause. If you're already following me wherever you are watching this, then that's great. But if you're not, please do follow, like and share so more women get to hear this information. If you have questions about what I'm going to talk about today, please do post them in the comments wherever you're watching this, and I will endeavour to answer them for you. Okay, so today we are talking about whether estrogen deficiency is inevitable for all women post menopause. So let's start with some facts. Menopause equals nature's planned end for fertility. Anyone who tells you something else is either miseducated, they're misunderstanding, or they're plain misleading or trying to create fear. Why? I have no idea. Who knows? Perhaps it suits agendas. I don't know. But I've heard people talking about menopause in different terms. This is a natural process. We are all supposed to go through it. It's temporary, it's a transition, and it is something that every female will go through. We are meant to go through it. And I think it's really important to remember that. Um, it's something that is not supposed to be the disaster that a lot of people either experience or are told that it's going to be. We are not deficient in hormones. We are not diseased, and we are not past our sell-by date when we hit menopause. Some of us struggle, of course, we know that, but there are many options to help us to avoid that struggling and make sure that we don't suffer. And it's about understanding what those options are and really trying to understand what is going on with your body and what is underlying your symptoms, because if you don't understand that, you're not going to know what approach to take. We do, though, have to take responsibility for our own bodies and our minds during this time, and probably the most that we ever will have to, more than ever during this period. We have to take responsibility. We can't just hand over our health to our GPs or to other people. We have to advocate for ourselves. And I really try and get this through to women that you can't just go to the GP and say, I am struggling and I think it's menopause, just give me something and then everything's going to be okay. HRT, for example, can be super helpful for some women. It's not for everyone. And the time that you take it when you need it is what's most important, and the type that you use, etc. But there's other things that you have to be doing as well. You can't just expect to, add in some hormones, replace hormones, and then everything is sorted. For some that might work, but for a lot it doesn't. And so we have to advocate for ourselves, and we have to, look into what's going to work for us. And what that looks like is different for everybody. For some, it's doing their own research, looking up studies. Some people really enjoy that, looking at the different options available and then deciding for themselves. For some, it's following people like me and others who do this work day in, day out. We read the research, we share what we learn, we share what works, what we know works with our clients. And, many of us will share it freely on social media and by email, etc. And that's another way that you can learn. For some, it is taking HRT, as I said, but for others, it's not. Not everybody wants to take HRT. Not everybody wants to use it. Not everyone can use it. It's a very personal decision, and nobody should be told that they should use HRT and that's the only option, because that's just not true. But if you want to, there is, of course, that option. And, for some women, it is really helpful. Does it fix everything? No, not usually. Depends on what symptoms you've got and what's underlying them. And that's where understanding what's going on in your body is really important, or getting somebody to help you to understand what's going on in your body. For some, it's taking medications. Some people are happy to take medications and they're asked, to alleviate symptoms, to help them get through this period. For others, it's an absolute no-no. And that, again, is a personal choice. And for some, it's natural supplements, minerals, vitamins, herbs. but it can be difficult to know what to take, and can be difficult to know which you need, which you don't need. That's where I really focus a lot of my work, because I have a very deep understanding of the area about minerals and vitamins especially, and herbal products, although I'm not a herbalist, but there are some products that I use alongside. And that's an area that can really help women. For some, it's working with practitioners like me to get that help and that guidance on what exactly to do. Some people want that support. Some people want that guidance. They want that step-by-step process. Everybody's different, and you've got to decide what's going to be right for you during this process. So let's now talk about why women suffer more than others during this time of transition that we all go through. Why do some struggle and others not so much? Not all women will experience significant estrogen loss symptoms after menopause. While estrogen levels typically decline after menopause due to the ending of ovary function, perfectly natural, it's going to happen to all of us. The extent of that decline and its impact on any individual woman can vary. And there's lots of different reasons. Firstly, genetics. Some women have genetic factors that allow them to maintain slightly higher levels of estrogen post-menopause than others. So that's a factor. Body composition is another one. More body fat can, not always, but can mean higher estrogen levels, because fat cells can actually convert androgen hormones. Androgens are what we typically call male hormones, although we have them in female bodies too, into estrogen. So that is another reason why some women will have healthier levels of estrogen post-menopause. Healthy lifestyle, of course, regular exercise, healthy diets, balanced minerals and vitamins, as I said earlier, and low stress allow the body to regulate hormones much better than those who are perhaps sedentary, or perhaps have a really poor diet, high processed diet, lots of sugar, drink lots of alcohol, and those who are high stressed. Low stress is another one. That is really makes a big difference. Healthy adrenals, healthy thyroid function, and manage stress. This is a big one that a lot of people miss, and it's so important. After menopause, production of sex hormones switches from your ovaries to your adrenal glands and to other peripheral tissues to produce much, much lower levels of your sex hormones. But if your adrenals are not functioning as optimally as they should due to, for example, chronic stress, then the switch over to the adrenals is likely to be downregulated, because the adrenals will always prioritize survival hormones like cortisol over non-essential hormones like estrogen. So think about it. If you are chronically stressed and your adrenals aren't doing the job that they aren't functioning as well as they should be, then you may not produce the levels of estrogen that you need post-menopause to feel good. And I think that that is a really big factor, and it's something that I see time and time again with clients. So I hope that was helpful. I'm just going to finish off by saying one of the things that I will not accept is the narrative that menopause equals deficiency for every woman, because menopause doesn't equal a deficient state for every woman. Some women post-menopause are going to be lacking enough estrogen to feel good, and also during perimenopause as well. It depends what's going on for the individual. Hormones decline, yes, of course, but I will not be one to share fear around menopause. In fact, quite the opposite. If you are following me, I try to share hope. I try to share practical ways that you can help yourself, and I share the ways I help women who either need or want help. Now, if you haven't already watched my masterclass, How to Recover Your Energy and Motivation During Menopause Without Taking Random Supplements or Relying on HRT, you can just comment the word masterclass wherever you're watching this, and I'll make sure to get you the link. I very much focus my work with helping women who are fatigued, brain fog, low moods, slowing down body, slow down metabolism. That's the work that I do most with most women. So if that's of interest, that masterclass will be really helpful for you. If your symptoms are different, that masterclass will still be helpful, because the foundations that I talk about are the same for everybody. All right, I will leave it there. If anyone has got any questions, please pop them in the comments. And if you would like the masterclass, just comment masterclass and we will get that over to you. It's free to watch. All right, have a great day. Take care. Bye for now.